Well, make that back-to-back wins on back-to-back nights for the Lakers, now moving to a record of 42-25 within a game and a half of the third seed, and coming off a win over the San Antonio Spurs and Phoenix Suns on back-to-back nights. And yes, the Suns and Spurs, not exactly great teams, and you already know there's going to be that guy in the comments saying, who cares, they should have won by 50, the Spurs are playing without Victor Wembanyama and De'Aaron Fox. But in reality, you should never take a win for granted. I mean, the Denver Nuggets without Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic beat Golden State tonight. Or then the other night, the Denver Nuggets themselves got beat by the Washington Wizards. So again, never take a win for granted, especially in the playoff hunt and with the Lakers trying to move up in the playoff standings. So they definitely won't, and there were plenty to like about this game for them, one of which being Jordan Goodwin, my personal favorite takeaway from this game tonight. Now starting in back-to-back games for them and showing why. Not only with the points, had 15 points tonight, but that really had nothing to do with it in my opinion, or at least not that much. More so the defense, the off-ball play, the commitment, the doing the little things on the court. Jordan Goodwin's been such a good fit for their team and such a great addition for their team, quickly becoming a favorite of JJ Redick's. I mean, even with Gabe Vincent healthy and playing very well, Goodwin's gotten more playing time than him, and often more important playing time than him too. Finishing games for them, now being part of their starting lineup, temporarily at least, and definitely filling a bigger role for them. And simply put, Jordan Goodwin is a winning player for them. I mean, talking about the effort he plays with, the defense, the rebounding for a guard, all the little things that he does in the court for their team, such a great player for them and very worthy of a mention. And I mean, for example, pointing to what he does off the ball, even offensively, during the first quarter of this game, he set up a non-drawn-up pick play for Austin Reaves that perfectly got him wide open for a three-point shot. Again, simply a great example for what he does off the ball, whether you're talking about defensively or offensively, that helps other guys around him, and it likely won't show up in the box score either. And at this point, it likely won't be long before he's on their team with a standard contract, not simply a two-way contract. But after that, gotta give a mention to Luka Dončić and Austin Reaves. Really the chemistry building between them, and that probably being the one good thing about LeBron being out. Those two having more opportunity to learn how to play with each other, learn how to play off of each other, and it definitely is showing up. Finishing with a 51 combined point total tonight, 30 for Austin Reaves on 12 of 21 shooting, 21 for Luka, albeit on a fairly inefficient night, struggling, but if you actually watch the game, the wide open shots they created for Austin Reaves and really for the entire team out there directly shows how beneficial he is and how much attention he draws in the court, which has probably benefited Austin more than anybody else in their entire team lately. And then on top of that, they were very efficient and careful with the ball tonight, ending with only 5 turnovers between them, neither having a single one at halftime, getting a little bit sloppy in the second half, but overall very efficient and careful with the ball tonight, leading to an efficient team output, some great three-point shooting, knocking down 19 three-point shots, shooting 48 total, and you gotta know that Redick loves to see that. Following the debut of Luka Dončić, they have been attempting about 42 three-point shots per game and knocking down 15 of them per game. One of only 7 teams in the entire league knocking down that many or more per game, and that's a direct benefit of Luka Dončić and the new offense with him. After that though, gotta give one final mention to Jackson Hayes. After all, they have not lost with the guy in the court for about a month now, having a 10-game win streak with Hayes in the court, dating all the way back to February 19th when they got beat by the Charlotte Hornets, but apart from that, they have been running really well with him and he's been a big part of that too, really on both ends of the court. Coming off a 19-point game yesterday, Hayes had 9 points tonight, 11 rebounds, nearly a double-double, 3 assists, being a team-high plus 21 on the court tonight, showing you his impact and really on both ends of the court. On defense, having 2 steals, 1 block to go with it, making some great plays at the rim, even apart from the blocks, having some great contests and forcing a ton of misses at the rim. So overall great game for him, and they would not be where they're at without Jackson Hayes. And with all of that being said, I'll let you hear from JJ Redick about it and how they can carry this momentum going forward.
Luka, how encouraged have you been about the shot quality that you guys are getting on offense and kind of the way your teammates are learning to play with you and what spots to be in, Jackson returning, Austin on the weak side, all of those things. What's encouraging to you and where do you feel like is the final piece?
Yeah, I mean, people start learning that at some point in the game, they're going to double team me. So, like I always say, I accept that, and I like playing that. Saves my energy, and you just got to play 4-on-3. And I think guys are doing great out of that.
Luka, you guys played Denver on Wednesday. Obviously, just coming off the recent game in Denver, but this franchise has history with them. I know you have a relationship with Jokic. Kind of how do you view them as a opponent to be reckoned with in the Western Conference?
Look, I think the team that has Jokic on is always dangerous. With him on the court, there's always danger, and it's hard to play against him. He knows all the tricks. He's an amazing basketball player, but that's fun. That's fun for us. That's a challenge for us, and it's fun. We like challenges, and I think it's going to be a great game.
Luka, JJ told us that I think 70% of the threes you guys created tonight were uncontested. Wide open. As Dorian would call them, butt naked, wide open three-point shots. For the shot quality to be that high on a night when you particularly didn't shoot it very well.
Not terrible.
What does that say about the potential for this offense? Also knowing that you've got, 40 points a game or whatever it is between LeBron and Rui on the bench waiting to.
It just shows the team we have. I think we share the ball very good. When we play with pace, it's very hard to stop us. And like you said, open threes are, when you have that many open threes, you should win the game and you should make threes. So we just got to keep playing like that and share the ball like we do.
Last week, JJ told us that he wanted to get more off-ball movement, specifically for you and AR, installed into the offense. It seemed like you guys were able to get to that, not just tonight, but even last night, especially early in game.
For me?
Excuse me?
For me, off-ball?
Yeah, like you coming off ball, like screens off the ball, and then eventually getting the ball.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm kidding.
What do those actions do for you and do for the team when you're able to operate that way?
Makes my life easier. Those actions that he put. There was one ATO today that we ran it twice, and it was just for an alley-oop. So that explains JJ's mind, the way he sees basketball. It's amazing. But just me and AR coming off the ball, it helps me and him and everybody else because we do it with pace. It's hard to stop us.
Luka, Dalton Knecht had another solid game tonight. He led the team in scoring. What have you seen from him during your time here that's helped impact winning?
Who you said?
Dalton.
Dalton, yeah. He had a great game. He had a lot of great games. He's learning how to play. I'm learning how to play with him. And, he's a promising rookie for sure.
Luka, čau. Prvo vprašanje je mogoče, koliko se trenutno zabavaš, glede na to, da vidimo nasmejanega, tudi kar nekaj heca je bilo v slačilnici prej, koliko se trenutno zabavaš v novi ekipi?
Super je. Mislim, da ko bi rekel, vsi v slačilnici so super. Velike zafrkavanja, rečem zajebancija, ampak počutim se super, vsi so me sprejeli super, tako da je top.
Še vprašanje povezano z Denverom. Na zadnje, ko si igral proti Denverju, ste zmagali, to je bila ena pomembna zmaga za ekipo, pa tudi za tvoj prihod. Koliko se veseliš igrati proti Nikoli?
Ja, mislim, te tekme so zmer težke. Meni težke tekme so zmer ekstra motivacija, tako da zelo se veselim te tekme.
Luka, you obviously had a lot of admiration for LeBron and had watched him play growing up and stuff like that, but had only seen Austin a couple times a year when the Lakers would come through Dallas. It seems like the two of you guys are finding chemistry in pretty good ways on the court. What do you like about the way he approaches the game?
This guy just scored 30 in his 4 games in 5 days. That explains everything. But he's an amazing player. For him to go undrafted is unbelievable. And, it's not easy to go undrafted and then play at this level. And it's amazing just to be by his side.
Thank you.
Why do you think you were able to kind of stem away from that and stay locked in on a back-to-back like this?
I thought there were stretches that we played good defensively. We lost, our way at the end of the third, start of the fourth when they went on that run. But the way we were able to generate good offense, and I think it was 48 threes and 34 were uncontested. Just our guys' ability to connect, and Luka leading that with 14 assists, and probably could have had 18 or 19. But to have another game with 30 plus assists, I thought our offensive decision making and consistency, where we had 4 really good offensive quarters was great.
And then with Luka kind of doing his thing, you also had Austin attacking sometimes on the weak side, sometimes as primary. What did you make of how kind of deadly he was with what he was?
Yeah, I think just the Luka and having Austin as the next passer a lot of times. So when there were 2 on the ball, or they were double, or were in a heavy shift from the nail, having AR there as the guy that can either shoot or create the blender with his thrust on his drives was really good. And then that group that was playing end of first, start of second with Dalton and Vando, just playing out of our horns, our movement stuff out of horns. We got some really good stuff out of that. AR, Dalton, Vando, all of them.
Okay.